at 1:30 for the assembly today. You can't give an introductory and a closing at the same time.
Yes, you can.
Lateness is unacceptable.
We'll shut them down.
A couple of minutes to yell out, and then we'll lose more time.
Amen.
Give him something to read. Use up his
The
time.
last question is, do you support Puerto Rican statehood? Why or why not? And what effect would it be on the electoral college?
Set up.
Who wants to start that one?
Engel. What do we talk about?
I'm going to start to do an introduction a little bit. With your indulgence, I'll try to do it fast. First of all, I apologize for being late. We were stuck in traffic, and I do apologize for it. Let me also say this, first of all. I'm delighted to participate in this debate with my two worthy opponents. Thank God we live in America where we can have differences of opinion, but we can come to a forum like this and talk them out. I respect everybody's opinion, even people who may not agree with votes I've taken, things I've done on my candidacy. This is America, and everyone has the right to say what they want to. And
like your town hall?
I appreciate that very, very much. I am proud of my record in the United States House of Representatives. As you know, we run every 2 years, and I always have a saying that I like to say, which says that voters give me a 2-year contract, which I come and ask to be renewed at the end of 2 years. That's what I'm doing now. I think that I have been an effective legislator, having brought millions of dollars of money into my district, into Rockland in particular, and all throughout the district. I think that people want their member of Congress to fight for them. Senior citizens want to make sure that Medicare and Medicaid is strengthened. People who have kids in school want to make sure that their congressperson is fighting for school aid and is on top of things. I have just 3 district offices, one in each county, Rockland, Westchester, and the Bronx.
All right, time's up.
My office is right here down the road, on West Nyack Road, and we have helped thousands upon thousands of constituents, because I believe a member of Congress' responsibility is to take care of the people who are in the district, and that's why I'm a district office.
Answer questions. Answer the question.
I am proud of the work that I have done. Including a $400,000 grant to the JCCY.
Answer the question.
Using up our time.
He just made his closing statement.
Timer at the beginning. The timer is seated right here. Raise your hand, Julie. All right, we're moving now to closing statements.
Answer the question.
What a farce. The joke.
The joke.
We'll give Mr. Mele, we'll give the first closing statement, then Mr. Kleinhandler, and then Mr. Engel. First closing statement. 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Engel, thank you very much for attending and being here. I understand how very busy you are. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great country. This is the only place in the world that we can do what we're doing here today. In the course of my career, I have traveled the world as a global security consultant. I am a trained crisis manager. I have lived and worked in many unfree nations around the world, ranging from West Africa, the Middle East, and Latin America. And each time that I've worked and lived in one of those unfree nations, when I return, I fall in love with America every time. And I say that with all sincerity. It is not a political issue. It is an issue of our liberty, of our freedom, and of adhering to the Constitution, which is the greatest document towards human freedom since the Magna Carta. We have to protect it and defend it at all times because it is this generation that must protect it and defend it and preserve it for the next one. And this is what I hope to do, and I hope to be your representative to do that. Now, the present issue facing us here in the 17th Congressional District are jobs. The second pressing issue in the 17th Congressional District are jobs. And the third and most pressing issue in the 17th Congressional District, Mr. Engel, are jobs. And I know that we understand that clearly. And with your help, help me implement the plan to do that. The first plan and our point plan is get the government out of the way. Eliminate the payroll tax. Let the entrepreneurs who are the job creators create jobs, and let's fire and arrest those who are the job killers. Mr. Engel. Let us work together, unified, to do that. 22 years, we find ourselves, by no coincidence, in this district, suffering from the first and the fifth highest property taxes in the United States of God bless America. If that's okay with you, then you know which way to vote. But it's not okay with me, and I'll tell you which way I'm voting.
Thank you.
Again, I would like to thank everyone for coming out. I appreciate that you've all come out on this beautiful day. You're sitting in here and listening to political discourse. Share a few things with you. I've been in politics for about 6 months. I'm not very savvy in the game, and after watching what goes on in political circles, I intend never to become savvy. Because I entered this race strictly as a concerned American, a concerned parent, a concerned friend, and a concerned neighbor. And as all of those things, I'd like to ask each and every one of you to do 2 things for me. This is just the beginning of what we're sitting here and what we're speaking about. I would like each of you to please go out, do more research, become informed voters, become smart voters, become intelligent voters. Look at the current issues today. And I'm going to ask something very difficult, but I know it really is. Try to take as much emotion out of the process as you can. Because if I've learned nothing else, politics is a very emotional thing to everybody in the room. It talks about their core beliefs and their core ideals. Well, it's time we take some of that and we put it on the table for a moment. And what I would like you to do is look at where everybody stands on the issues. Research that. Determine logically and smartly where you stand on the issue. And then do whatever you need to do by going in the voting booth and voting for who you think best represents the people of this district. And I have faith we will come to the right decision at the end of the day. Again, thank you very much.
Congressman Engel.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for coming, and I want to thank Mr. Mele and Mr. Kleinhandler for being here as well. And we may have differences on views, but we're all Americans. I want to stress that. And I think the political discourse, all of us need to listen to everybody else. There are people here who don't agree with me. There are people here who are not going to vote for me. People here who are going to vote for me. I respect everybody equally in this room. I've been elected and re-elected 11 times. Now, some people may say, well, that means you're a career politician, that means we should throw everybody out. I think people are smart. I think people understand that you throw out the people that aren't effective, and you re-elect the people that are. I think I've been effective. You don't get elected and re-elected as many times as I've had if you're not listening to the people and doing the people's work. I was never one of those people that a political machine tapped on the shoulder and said, son, you're our candidate. I fought for everything. In fact, Mr. Mele and I were having a discussion about some of the parallels where I was first starting off running for office and some of the things that he's doing. I was talking to Mr. Kleinhandler about the same thing. I respect these men, both of whom are veterans, both who served our country. I respect what we've done in our country. We have we like the candle that makes the world shine. In Washington, I'm known as a political moderator. I have friends on both sides of the aisle. I reach out to both sides of the aisle. No one party is right and the other party is totally wrong. There are good things you can get from people from the left, from the right, from the center, and all over. We have to start listening to each other. We all live in the same country. We all suffer when politics are bad. We've had problems now through 2 administrations, through the Obama administration and through the Bush administration. We've had problems, and the only way we're going to solve the problem is if we respect each other, put our heads together, and work to make sure America moves forward. I'm on 2 committees. I'm on the Foreign Affairs Committee where I chair the Western Hemisphere Subcommittee. I have been the best friend of Israel in the United States Congress for 22 years, bar none. I was there every step of the way with the Irish issues from the Accord right down the line. And I chair the Western Hemisphere Subcommittee, so I got aid into Haiti and do all the other things in terms of foreign affairs. In terms of energy and power, in terms of healthcare, in terms of telecommunications, the committee I serve, Energy and Commerce, is considered a slum committee. I want to continue to support you, and those of you that don't agree with me and vote for somebody else, your prerogative. Afterwards, I hope we can sit together, and I will talk to my opponents afterwards and listen to what they have to say and meet with them, because that's what America is all about. Thank you.
Assembly race. Those two candidates here, please come up. And thank you very much.